Welcome to Breakup, Cheater, where real stories of betrayal, heartbreak, and human resilience come to life. If you've ever wondered how far trust can be stretched before it breaks, you're in the right place. I felt his eyes on me long before I turned around. That smug, knowing look that made my stomach twist. His hand lingered a moment too long on her lower back as he guided her through the crowd of colleagues, their laughter blending into the hum of the party. That was the moment the evening shifted. I had walked into that party expecting to be nothing more than the supportive husband. Shake a few hands, make polite conversation, let my wife, Claire, shine in her element. She had been talking about this night for weeks. How her promotion would be announced, how important it was for me to meet her team. But then I saw him. "Daniel," she said, her voice a touch too bright. "This is Thomas. He's practically my right hand at work." "Practically?" Thomas smirked, offering his hand with a grip that was just a fraction too firm. "Ah, the famous husband," he said, his tone dripping with something I couldn't place yet. "We've heard so much about you." I smiled politely, masking the sudden tightness in my chest. "All good things, I hope." "Oh, of course," he replied, his gaze flicking briefly toward Claire. "She speaks very fondly of you." Very fondly. It was nothing on the surface. Just office banter, polite smiles, the clink of glasses in the background. But the way his fingers brushed hers when he handed her a drink, the way she avoided my eyes when I asked how long they'd been working together, it planted a seed. One that grew with every minute of that party. The evening dragged on, conversations blending into one another. Claire seemed unusually distant, her laughter forced, her attention split. Thomas, on the other hand, was magnetic. People gravitated toward him. Confident, charming, just enough arrogance to make you wonder how many hearts he'd broken along the way. When he approached me again, it was near the buffet table. Claire was across the room, her hand resting on a colleague's arm as they shared some inside joke. "So," Thomas said, leaning casually against the table, "how's it feel being the husband of the hour? Must be tough keeping up with someone like Claire." I raised an eyebrow. "Excuse me." He grinned, sipping his drink. "I mean, she's ambitious, driven. Late nights, early mornings. Takes a special kind of man to handle that." Something in his tone, mocking, almost pitying, hit me wrong. "I'm proud of her," I said evenly. "Always have been." "Sure you are." His smirk widened. "But work gets intense. Lines blur. Things happen." It was the way he said it. Casual. Dismissive. Like a cat playing with a mouse it hadn't decided to kill yet. Clenched my jaw. "Is there something you're trying to say, Thomas?" He leaned in, his voice low. "Just that if I were you I'd pay attention. She's full of surprises." Then he walked away, leaving the faint scent of expensive cologne and a storm brewing in my chest. That night, Claire and I barely spoke on the drive home. She blamed exhaustion, the stress of the event. I wanted to believe her. Tried. But the seed had sprouted into something darker. Over the next week I watched. I noticed the way she kept her phone face down, the sudden late-night emails, the whispered calls on the balcony. I told myself I was being paranoid. That Thomas was just a cocky coworker trying to get under my skin. Then one night while she showered, her phone buzzed. A message lit up the screen. "Same time tomorrow." I can't stop thinking about last night. Thomas. The world tilted. My hands went cold. I didn't confront her right away. Instead I waited. I watched. I collected every message, every email, every whisper of a plan they had made behind my back. Business dinners that turned into hotel rooms. Client meetings that stretched until 2 a.m. And every night she came home and kissed me goodnight. The next company event came a month later. A rooftop mixer to celebrate the close of a big project. Claire begged me to come, said it would mean a lot to her. I went. Not as the supportive husband this time, but as the man who knew. Thomas was there, of course. Smirking as always, a glass of champagne in hand. Claire clung to my arm just a little tighter that night, sensing something different in me. When Thomas finally approached, his grin faltered. "Well, if it isn't my favorite couple," he said lightly. "Thomas," I greeted him, my voice calm. "I've been looking forward to seeing you again." There was a flicker in his eyes, something cautious. "Oh, to what do I owe the honor?" I stepped closer, lowering my voice so only he could hear. "I know." His smirk slipped just a fraction. "Know what?" "I know about the hotel rooms, the late nights, the messages." For the first time, Thomas didn't have a witty comeback. His jaw tightened. "Here's the thing," I continued, my voice steady. "I'm not just her husband. I'm the majority shareholder in this company. Bought in last quarter." His face drained of color. "She didn't tell you that, did she?" I smiled coldly. "I was going to stay silent. Let you two play your little game. But you wanted to provoke me, remember?" The fallout was swift. By the end of the week, Thomas was gone, escorted out of the building with a box of his things. Claire was suspended pending investigation for breaching company policy. At home, the silence between us was deafening. She tried to explain, to twist it into something less than what it was. "It was just a mistake, Daniel. It didn't mean anything. I was stressed. I felt neglected." Neglected. The word echoed like a gunshot. I had been there through every late night, every business trip, every tearful phone call about office politics. I had built a life around her dreams, only to watch her shatter ours for a thrill. "I wanted you to see me," she whispered one night, tears streaking her face. "I wanted to feel alive again." I stared at her, feeling something inside me harden. "You could have talked to me. You could have asked for help. Instead, you chose him." She reached for me. I stepped back. The divorce was inevitable. Clean, clinical, like signing the death certificate of a marriage that had already been buried. She lost the promotion, lost the respect of her colleagues. And in the end, she lost me. Not in a storm of screaming and broken dishes, but in the quiet way I packed my things and walked out the door. People always ask if it hurt. It hurt more than I can put into words. It's a unique kind of pain, realizing the person you built your life with could betray you so effortlessly. That the hands you once trusted to hold you steady could push you into the abyss. But it also taught me something. That sometimes, the strongest move isn't to explode in rage or seek vengeance. It's to know your worth, to gather your strength, and to walk away, while the people who underestimated you realize too late who you really were. Thanks for watching. If this story struck a chord with you, share your thoughts below. Your voice might help someone else going through the same storm. Don't forget to subscribe for more real, raw, and unforgettable stories.